Hello and welcome back to Kitten Up Kitten, and today I have another kitten up. So this is the Giraffe canvas that I got from Amazon. It is a 30 by 40, however we know that it's actually around a 24 by a 34, I think, or just over. So today I'm going to kit this up, and like with many budget paintings, this doesn't come with either an inventory sheet, pre-made stickers, or any way of doing it. So a lot of people, these are all letters, so actually doing this one would be easy if you made your own labels. You could just write on your labels, but I like to go with the symbol and the DMC number as well. And the best way to do that is to use a sticker maker. So this is the one that I use. It is the Xyron sticker maker. You cut your piece and you put it in the top here, and if you can see, I don't know if you can see down there, but if you can, it goes between the two pieces of paper, and you pull it through here and it puts a sticky backing onto the labels. So to do that, first of all, we need to have something to make the labels with. This painting has got two legends. For me, I paint by symbol anyway. I never use the legend. So even if I only had one, I would still do it. I would still use that. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm also going to take this here, this bit, and I'm going to put that in my logbook. Now I'm going to use my paper trimmer to cut that bit off because I can fit it through. Unfortunately, just need to make sure that that line, so we need to make sure it's nice and straight, because what I don't want to do is cut off the top part of my diamond painting. So I'm going to bring it down just a tad. I'm not worried if I cut into the image. That doesn't bother me too much. And then I can put that part through the sticker maker as well. You don't have to use a paper cutter. You can just use a pair of scissors. And in fact, I will use a pair of scissors to cut the rest of it up, because it's too big to fit into my paper cutter. Now, I haven't done it particularly straight, but I'm going to put that through as well. So let's put that to one side for a second, and I'm going to carefully, using a pair of smallish scissors, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to cut this one off. Now, I'm not worried about cutting into the numbers in this first row, because I only want the symbols and the DMC numbers, because that's what I kit up and kit down and work using. So I only ever look at the symbol. I never look at the legend on the side of the canvas. And even with these cheap canvases, this stuff is quite good for making labels with. So I'm going to put my canvas to the side. Now, the reason I am kitting this one up is because I am nearing the end of my bookshelf diamond painting, and I won't be choosing my next, I won't be putting a vote up for my next diamond painting, and that is because I want to do this diamond painting as a gift for someone, and I need to do it ASAP. So if I kit up today, it means that I will then have it ready for when I need it for that person. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this way round, because it's quite small, and I'm going to try and line it up under there carefully, because I don't want to go through, which is quite hard when you've got a short piece like this, but I didn't have any option because Okay, I think that should be okay. Fingers crossed, she says. Yeah, we're good. So I've got rid of that part because I don't need that part, and I am then got a bit of static. Get off. I've also got to be very aware of the time because this is my 4th video in 2 days, and my phone battery is dying slightly. Now the reason I took the numbers off was purely because I'm going to be using my 30 bottle case, and I want to make sure that those labels will fit on top. They will. I have got a little bit extra, so I'm literally going to trim this down because I won't be able to get that narrow a piece in my paper cutter, but it keeps it nice and straight, and that's the main thing. So let's do that. The other thing I like about using the legend, as opposed to, let's say, you could scan the image and you could then print out this onto paper. The only downside is if the colour differences on your printer ink, which can cause a difference in the colour of the symbol, and I prefer to keep the symbols true. And at the end of the day, most people, not all, but most people will be cutting this border off anyway when they have finished to frame or to finish off that particular diamond painting. So it's going to go to waste anyway. So let me bring back, this is my Xyron sticker maker. So what you need to make sure, and the thing that people go wrong is they will stick it in and they'll get it nice and central. They will grip it at the bottom and then they yank really quickly. And what happens is that doesn't stay straight because you're doing it so fast, and then you end up with it coming out crooked. So the trick to keeping it nice and centered is to take your time, she says. So we just keep it nice and straight. I'm using my forefinger here just to keep it nice and straight, because if you yank it, it will go off center, and then you will run out of backing paper for your stickers, and they won't be sticky. They'll go off the side. So there is my sticker. So now you give it a good rub to make sure that whatever you are sticking is firmly stuck onto that backing paper. And then you peel this part off, this clear part. And can you see on there that you have got sticky? The bit that's clear is because the sticky is on the back of that piece of fabric now. So let's get rid of that. I am also going to cut this down slightly. You don't need to do this. I just wanted to put it in my logbook, because it just means then that I don't have to try and find an image and print it off. And it's got the details on there, so it's quite handy. Once you've done this a few times, it actually does become easier to do. So just give it a really good rub. I have seen people use something like this to really get it stuck on there. And that will then go in my logbook. So I'm not going to take that sticky off for now. I'm going to put it to one side. So that's the Xyron sticker maker. I got mine from Amazon. You can find them in some craft stores. If you Google Xyron sticker maker, you'll be able to find them. I do have to look around for refills for them, and it's very easy. You simply pull it out and you put a new one in. Absolutely love mine. So that is how I make my own labels. The easiest way I have found, and this is a tip that I picked up from watching other YouTubers is when you cut through these labels is not to cut all the way through that backing paper. So you just go to the end of the sticker and cut, and that way it keeps them all together. You haven't got individual little stickers flapping around all over your desk. And it makes it easier to pull them off when you go to put them on your containers. So this particular canvas, I don't know how many colours it's got actually, because I've just cut the numbers off. How many has it got? 28. So 30 cases, perfect. The only other diamond paintings that I had that were under 30 were actually square ones. Anyway, this is a round, so it was the only round one I had that had under, or the only round one I have that I'm going to do under 30 colours. So just cut all the way through there. You can of course do this in 2 bits, but that's the trick with the Xyron sticker maker, is to take your time, pull it through slowly. If you're impatient and you pull it through really quick, it will go off at an angle. You will end up with half of your legend not sticky, and then you've got to faff around with glue dots or double-sided tape or bit of glue or blue tack or sellotape or whatever, and we don't want that when you've got a perfectly good sticker here. So I'm re-kitting into the kit that held Snow Owl. I have used some Goo Gone to remove the traces of glue from the previous labels. Now those labels, I believe, were made using the legend from that canvas as well. So, okay, so I'm going to have a look, and I'm going to start from this side. I always turn my case on its side to make it easy for me to put mine on. I always start in the bottom corner and work my way across, and as you can see, it makes very good usable stickers. And I do like a sticker, I do. It's sort of it's one of my favourite things about kitting up. I mean, kitting up's my favourite thing anyway. I could do this all day long. But my favourite thing is to see them all with their gorgeous labels on. Now, the Xyron sticker maker tape, the one that I have just used, is permanent. It's sticky enough they will stay on there for a decent amount of time. You may find occasionally that 1 or 2 may start lifting. I just stick them back down again. I just keep pressing them back down again. I haven't tried the removable backing yet, although that is my next cartridge. But I'd rather that than them being really difficult to move, and they're very easy to remove. All I have to do is just give a wipe over with the Goo Gone to get rid of any sticky residue. So I'm not kitting this up. I was asked by a new subscriber if I could show how I make a legend into stickers. I did direct her to the kitting up of Snow Owl, where I showed the same process, but just in case, you know, I have sort of said in my last whip and ramble that I'm going to be doing this, so I thought, you know, I need to kit it up anyway. Let's do it today. So that is all of my pots kitted up with the labels. They all came in DMC order, which is great. And the frills are also in DMC order, which is great. Now, you may be someone that uses your legend, in which case only do this if you've got 2 legends. But I have seen some people that actually take the legend off, make it into a sticker and keep it near their diamond painting. So, do you know what? There's no right way or wrong way, is there? So let's get our first string. I have, as always, got a tray. Just going to alter the camera angle slightly to make sure that I am in shot. And before we begin with the kitting up, I am not going to spill anything. I am not going to drop anything. I am not going to get confused on numbers. This is going to be a perfect kit up because I have decided that it is so. Let me get rid of those scissors and get those. Okay. I have, as always, got some clear bags and a A6 pencil case handy in case I don't have room for the drills. That may certainly be a case for the white. However, I will fill up my 2 extra pots. I've got 2 extra pots up here, which I won't be needing. I will also fill those with white. So it will probably just be the white ones. So that's the first one. We do have a hitchhiking drill in there. That's the 310 done. And because they nicely come in order, I've literally just got to go through each and every pot and do one at a time. That simple. Now there does look to be, I don't know if you can see, there's a slight cloudiness in the bags. That's dust. It's basically dust. Sometimes it can cause an issue if you are using wax especially. Because that will stick to the wax and makes it less sticky. Just going to tear that one off. I've only had it really badly once, and it absolutely, I ended up chucking the drills when I finished, which is something I never normally do. But in this instance, it looks like it's a little bit of residue. It doesn't look too bad, and I do use double-sided tape, which is the reason I started using double-sided tape in the first place, was because I had powdery drills. That's what started it, because I went through everything else. I tried wax, I tried blue tack, I tried glue dots, and that's how come I ended up using double-sided tape, because I was getting frustrated. Because they have got some dust in them, it will depend how well they pick up. If they're okay, then I probably will chuck them in with my spares. If not, then I will put them into the bag that I've got. Oh, so what did I say? I'm not going to spill any. I'm not going to do anything wrong. It's going to be a perfect kit up. What are we? 5 colours in, and that's screwed up already. So much for that vow, eh? It'll happen one day. When that day happens, I will call the video Perfect Kitting Up. Come back and see in 6 years' time. I haven't spilt loads, to be fair. It's just because I ripped the bag and it ripped the bag under, which is why I don't normally rip them. You live and learn. Anyway, this is a gift for somebody. There is a reason that I've chosen a giraffe. And I need to get it done. So that's why I'm not doing a vote. Plus, I have done a couple of large round diamond paintings recently. So I really want to do a small one. And this one is. I also really wanted to do one from in a budget price tag. So this seemed like the perfect one. I need to get it done, so why not? So let's tear that, because these bags are perforated. What I don't like when they're perforated is you do have that option that they may spill. You may tear the bag too much and spill the next lot, but there you go. So at the minute, there's not too many of any one colour. It is that the design is mainly those B5200s, all background white. So it shouldn't be a massively six, seven, eight. That's right. At that moment where I thought I'd done the wrong ones in the wrong pot. So it shouldn't take me too long. It'll be a nice quick one. And then what I will do is I will do a vote, and I will vote. We'll do a vote for a larger one, and I've got quite a few of those, as you know. The only reason I usually have one square and one round on the go, there's a couple. The main reason I started doing it, the original reason, was because I know a lot of you said that you did multiple whips at a time, and I was a one whip person. The other reason is because at the time I was working on my Ever Moment, which was a square, and it was very confetti, and I was, you know, I wanted a round to give me something different, and I took a round one away in the caravan with me and remembered why I loved doing rounds so much. So that's how it came about that I work on two. I do plan at some point in the next few days to do my first video on my Heaven and Earth project. Now, the first video will not be a whip, and it won't even be a kitting up because it's already partly kitted up. It will be a how to start, because a Heaven and Earth project is actually a cross stitch pattern that you convert to a diamond painting. And that comes with its own challenges, mainly because you have a blank canvas. So they have to be square, because I haven't found, it wouldn't work with rounds, I don't think, because of the fact that you would see the white canvas behind each colour. So I ordered a blank canvas in the size, or near to a size, that I wanted. I have been saving my square drills since I started to get me started on this project. I did order, I don't know if you've seen them on Amazon, places like Art Dot do them as well. These two drills do not want to come out. There is no escape little green drill, so you might as well get in there. I brought a pack of 200 drills of every single colour there is, to make sure that I had enough to start. And some of those colours I only need a handful of, so that will help greatly. So the first video will be how I prepped the paperwork I needed, how I did the labels, what storage I used, how I'm charting what drills I've got and what I haven't, etc, etc. Right, I'm just going to empty my little rubbish pot because he's getting a bit full. So let me do that and I will be back. Apologies for the delay. I know it's been like seconds for you guys, but sort of had to take a wee break and fetch my coffee because it's going cold. As always, anybody else an office worker? Yeah, you know what it's like. So it doesn't look like we've got massive bags of any of the colours, which is what I liked about this image. There were 2 or 3 that I could have gone for, but I went for a single giraffe just because I figured it would look nicer. And one of my subscribers has said she has done this canvas and it turned out really nicely. So I think it will make the perfect gift for my friend. The only thing I am not keen on is that we have a mix of lowercase and uppercase numbers, letters, sorry, uppercase numbers. What do they look like? Yeah, a mix of lowercase and uppercase letters, which I'm not keen on. Because, you know, I can be a bit dumb sometimes. I can be a little bit slow. And mistakes could be made. It wouldn't be the first time. I made a mistake on the Randall Spangle one when I very first started it, because I'm not even going to bother with that. It had one drill stuck in the packet. I can't be bothered. Yeah, I put the wrong drill down and did quite a few before I realised, so I had to pull them all up again, which was not fun. Seen a couple of little nubbins in these, nothing too major. I mean, there's not enough of any of the colours really to hide anything too major, but there's a couple of little trash bits. And of course the dimples on the bottom, which, as we know, thanks to my wonderful subscriber who went off and checked, it tends to be indicative of acrylic drills, that you get that dimple on the reverse side of the drill. So thank you for that. I think it was Elsa. See, there's one stuck in that one. So like they get stuck in the corners, and I'm a little bit more, no, I haven't got patience. Seriously. It'll be like 3 minutes of my life that I won't get back trying to get one drill out. If they haven't given me enough to cover the loss of a couple of drills, then they're in the wrong business. Because we all know, you know, I'm sure there are some of you out there that are very, very neat diamond painters and never drop a drill. I'm not one of them. You know this. If you're not new, if you've been with me since the beginning, you know that I drop drills all the time. I find them everywhere. But we're working our way through. I do like the fact that this kit came with the numbers, with the drills in order, in letter order in this case. I'm just having a double check to see if we've got an N. We do, but it's a completely different colour to the Z. So that's good. Especially if you end up working on your canvas upside down or sideways on. For me, I work on whichever way it's easier to work it. So customised bookshelf, for instance, I've done completely from a side angle, which can get quite confusing when you're doing Z and N. Little tip, if you are turning your canvas to work on it, when you put your pot down, turn your label so it's facing the same way while you're working, and that way you won't get confused. The other thing, of course, is to put a dot at the bottom of the N and the bottom of the Z, so you know which way round they are. But of course, for me, they're always followed by the DMC number on my labels, so I know whether the label's upside down or not. You see what I mean? There's always one, and it's like, where's it gone? It gets stuck in that corner, and unless I can get it out in under about 30 seconds, hey, I give up, because I'm just not that patient. I also don't have a lot of battery, so I haven't got the time to waste. So make sure we're on the next one, and it is 21. Is it that one? Yeah. Yeah. Just making sure. See, there's one stuck right up in there this time. I have no idea what the technical name, see, there's a random drill, for these types of scissors are. I got these, I think I got this set with a flower press that my oldest son bought me for, or my son, not my eldest, my eldest child bought me for my birthday. And they're so much easier to pick up and put down than scissors. I think they're used in embroidery, aren't they? But these, I also got some in my jewellery making kit. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 is you. I mean, I don't think they've repeated any letters. They might have done, because there's 28, isn't there? So what have they repeated? Oh, we've got an upper and a lowercase H. And we have an uppercase and a lowercase N as well. So I know that some of you would put these into alphabetical order, and that's absolutely fine if you want to do that. I don't. I just keep them in this order because I know I will quickly get used to where the symbols are. Never been an issue for me yet. There must be more than that, mustn't there? Because I don't think we've got a G, we've got an A, a B, we've got an uppercase and a lowercase b. Any others? E. We've got an L, but we haven't got an I, which is good. We do have a J. We only have a uppercase F. So at least we haven't got I in there, which it wouldn't have mattered if you did, because you're not going to get it confused with L if it's an uppercase L, are you? But yeah, it's all alphabet in this kit. Not that I mind a symbol. I quite enjoy the symbols. I especially enjoy the names that people give symbols, because we all do it differently. In my head, when I go to get a symbol or I'm looking for it on the canvas, I'm not usually sitting there saying it's an asterisk or an ampersand. It's an and symbol, or it's a whirlpool or a pregnant stick. 26 is that one. So 28 colours, so a fair amount of colours, but there's not a lot. The only one that's got any amount of colours is obviously that white, but I think you need the white because the white's going to make those colours pop. There's not masses of 310 either, although I don't actually mind 310. We do have a little bag of 3865 as well, but it is a very small amount. So nearly there. So yeah, very small amount. So I don't know where that's for, but I'm sure we'll find out very soon. Now we do have 2, 4, 6 bags of 5200. They are not all going to fit in this storage case, I don't think, but let's see how many we can get in. I do have 2 spare bottles, but even so, that's one. So one bag has filled those pots up. So I'm still going to have a couple of bags left over. But what I'm not going to bother wasting a case for colours that are the same. I'm not going to be opening a bag and having a part bag left over or anything. So I will literally empty these two first. And then wait until I get through that pot before I refill them. So the others can just stay in the mesh pocket on the storage case, which is why I like it. Look at, oh, look at that, she says, and then goes and spills one anyway. Well, more than one, that went on the floor, so it can stay there. So that's all of my pots filled. So that's that done. And then what I might do, because it is a shortish video, I may set up my case as well. So I've got 3 bags left over. So I'm going to pop those into that mesh bit there, which is why I like it. I didn't need my extra bags. I didn't need an extra case. So I'm going to move my rubbish. And then what I'm going to do is I am just going to washi tape the edges of this canvas, because it's not going to take me too long. The reason I have focused on, oh sorry, just smacked the camera with my head. The reason I focused on getting the video done for the kit ups and everything today is so that I can have a good run tomorrow of doing the diamond painting. I want to get through I can't remember what I'm saying, honestly, I'm rubbish. I want to get going on bookshelf because I'm not too far off completing it. I've got 2 rows and 2 little sections to do. So I'm just going to call this one Giraffe. The shop was Amazon, although I don't remember, put that in the wrong bit, 30 by 40, but it's actually 24.5 by 34.5. It is a round. So I'm just going to do that. So I've got a label to put on the outside, because before I start on this, it will go onto my dresser to wait for when I'm ready. So that's that kitted up. Now these 2 sides, I won't bother with washi tape because they're so short. But on these 2 sides, we have got a bit of an overlap. So I've decided to go with this beautiful gold. I'm going to get a pair of tweezers to help me find that end, because that's the hardest thing. This washi tape actually came from a box that I got from the range, no, not the range, from the Works. This does have 2, yeah, at least 2 rolls that came from Diamond Art Club though, because it's quite a handy size box to have. And I'm literally going to line that up as close as possible to that edge. It just stops it getting overly dirty. I'm going to poke it round that side just to keep that edge set. I'm going to put the paper back down, and then I'm going to turn it on its side and do the same thing on this side. The good thing about the size being down is it will be quite easy to find a frame for this. I won't buy an expensive frame. It will just be a cheap frame, probably from Amazon or somewhere like QD, which is Quality Discounts, if you don't know where that is, or possibly B&M, somewhere like that. I would imagine a certificate frame would be more than enough for this. Put the scissors away, didn't you? And because I've got that border to go, because it's all ready, that will then be ready for me to start on it as soon as I get bookshelf finished. I think this is going to be cute. He looks lovely. I have just noticed the little S symbol here and up here. I may We've got a few up here. I think the S is the 3865. Let me just check. Yep. I might substitute those for ABs because I do have some white ABs in round. I might substitute those for some ABs because my friend does like her sparkle, so I think she's going to like this. It's very cute. It won't take very long, and hopefully it will make a lovely gift for her. So that is that kitting up done. They will then go onto my dresser, ready for when I'm ready to work on it. I hope that the demonstration of the Xyron sticker maker was of use, and it's just another way, if you use a budget company, to make nice labels. Just because you don't get stickers with it, just because you don't get an inventory sheet, doesn't mean that it can't look nice. And for me, that's part of the fun, is that it looks nice when it's kitted up. I really do enjoy that feeling of having all my pretty labels all lined up nicely, ready to go. Oh, love it. So that is it from me. That is another quick kitting up video. I hope you're enjoying this spurt of regular videos. I'll try and get up as soon as I can, work notwithstanding. So it is, as always, over and out from this Kitten Up Kitten. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.